Hello, my name is Fan Chen. Recently, one of my clients asked me about how he can reduce weight while maintaining his strength. So he's a powerlifter and he wanted to compete in a very recent meet. So he's asking about a type of diet. It's called keto diet. And he asked me whether keeping a keto diet will help him lose weight while at the same time help him maintain strength. But I think this is a very good question that deserves much in-depth discussion. So a quick answer to that is, based on the current research, yes, most likely if you lead a very true keto diet, you will be able to lose weight and at the same time maintain strength. But in order to make this point more convincing, make it more scientific, I think it's better that we look at some research papers for that. So the first study we're going to look at is by Paoli and co-worker, published in 2015. In this paper, it's a very good review paper, and I strongly suggest anybody who wants to learn more about keto diet, they should go to this paper for reference. So a keto diet is a diet that contains less than 20 grams of carb per day, or the carb represents less than 5% of a person's daily energy intake. Let me just get into perspective. 20 grams of carb per day means that you can only eat very, very little carb. Normally, a regular-sized banana has about 27 grams of carb. 2/3 of a regular potato contains about 20 grams of carb. So that's the only carb you can eat per day. So you have to refrain from or starchy vegetable or pasta, rice, bread, things like that. And to supply the loss of energy from carb, you have to eat a lot of protein and a lot of fat, because you typically have a high limit of protein you can eat per day. So the remaining energy has to be supplied all by fat. So the ketogenic diet is definitely possible to support a person's daily activity, because they're having people eating a ketogenic diet for a very long time, and they are the Inuit people. They're living in the North Arctic, and their daily diet is mostly fish, seals, or protein and fat, and very little carb, or no carb at all, but they can survive pretty well. So it's definitely no concern that whether you can survive or not on a ketogenic diet. So if you keep a ketogenic diet, there will be significant change in your physiological response. So we all know that glucose is the #1 energy source for a person, especially for a person's brain and muscle. Now you have a ketogenic diet, so you have greatly dropped your glucose level in your body, so not enough energy for your brain or for your muscle. So the body has to turn to the second available energy source. Normally it's fat. However, for the fat, it does not go through the blood-brain barrier, so it cannot supply brain directly. And brain is an organ that burns a lot of energy every second. So the brain is in need of energy, but fat cannot go there. So the body devises a different strategy, and that is ketone bodies. Because ketone bodies, once produced, can travel to the brain and supply energy there, and at the same time, ketone body can supply muscle for activity as well. But there's one misconception that people think ketone body comes only from fat. Well, this is not actually correct. Ketone body is produced by, let's look at this, is produced by this molecule called acetyl-CoA. So acetyl-CoA is transformed into ketone body in the liver. Well, acetyl-CoA is a common end product for the metabolism of glucose, fat, and protein. And all of them will be metabolized eventually into acetyl-CoA, and acetyl-CoA will supply the Krebs cycle, which is a biochemical procedure in mitochondria that produces energy. It's the main procedure to produce energy. So ketone body is actually produced by acetyl-CoA, but however, you don't have glucose, so glucose cannot turn into acetyl-CoA. So the only source for acetyl-CoA will be fat and protein. And normally the body doesn't use protein for energy purposes, so fat becomes the #1 target for energy after you lead a ketogenic diet. So basically your body will ramp up really a lot of its ability to metabolize fat. So that's also one of the possible reasons why, if you lead a ketogenic diet, you can lose body fat very efficiently. Well, to talk about the body's ability to lose fat under a ketogenic diet, we have to look at this study. This study is by Bueno and co-workers, published in 2013. It's a meta-analysis of 13 studies done worldwide on ketogenic diet's effect to lose body weight for obesity population. And it's actually comparing ketogenic diet to a low-fat diet. And both of them are calorie deficit, but ketogenic diet shows to be a much better choice to lose. They lose more weight, lose more fat, and can also improve the physiological status for a person. So, because this meta-analysis is done on 13 studies, and they're around the world, so very randomized. There's barely any bias. So I would say that the evidence for ketogenic diet to lose weight is pretty strong. But my client's question is more about, if you lose weight, are you still going to be able to keep your strength, keep your muscle mass while on a ketogenic diet? So far, there aren't very many researches on this topic, but I can share with you two studies I found. The first study is on rats. Okay, they feed. It's done by Roberts and co-workers in 2015. So this study done on rats. They feed two groups of rats, one on ketogenic diet and the other on the regular Western diet. And then they had the rats on the diet for 6 weeks. They had the rats exercise on their rear limbs, rear legs, and then at the end they check for any differences between the two diets. Well, the result is after 6 weeks of different diets, there's no difference in the muscle protein synthesis level between the two diets. And at the end of 6 weeks, there's no difference in the muscle's ability to gain. So ketogenic diet doesn't affect muscle protein synthesis or your muscle gain. Well, it's only in rats, but it can see this as a piece of evidence to support ketogenic diet's ability to maintain muscle mass. Well, the final study I want to show you is a study done on actually human beings. It's done on it's written by Paoli and co-workers, published in 2012, and it's done on 8 elite gymnasts. So they basically feed the gymnasts 2 different type of diets, ketogenic and regular diets, and measure their body fat, body weight, their strength before and after 2 different diets. And what they found was there's no difference in the strength gains between the 2 different diets. Well, actually, the study only lasts for 30 days, so there's actually no gains. So it actually means there's no strength loss. Okay, no loss in the strength between a ketogenic diet or a Western diet. So both diets work to maintain strength. But more importantly, if you lead a ketogenic diet, you will experience body weight lose. Okay, you will lose body weight. For a ketogenic diet, these elite athletes, they start from 7%, 7.6 to be precise, percent body fat. At the end of the 30 days of the diet, they drop down to 5%. While if you're in a regular diet, their body fat percentage remain the same, around 8% the whole time. So this study, I think, is very strong evidence, although it's only on gymnasts and only on male gymnasts, but it's a strong evidence that ketogenic diet on human can also result in not only weight loss, fat loss to be precise, but also at the same time maintain muscle mass and muscle strength. That's it for this video. Hopefully it helps you learn more about ketogenic diet and also help you know that ketogenic diet is a very good way to lose weight and most likely maintain your muscle mass and your strength. Thanks.